there seemed to be such a difference between an American Israeli and an American Palestinian. This young man goes with his family only to spend the summer holidays to help his extended family with the olive harvest. And this young man is beaten to death by a group of settler terrorists. This is a daily occurrence in the West Bank, all over the occupied West Bank, from the very south of Hebron, Masafir Yatta, all the way to the north. The story came out only because he's an American citizen. But this really sheds the light on how much and how far the US can go with shielding Israel. How far Israel can get away with things, including murdering Americans time in and time out. And this is not a war, by the way. We keep saying it's a war. This is Netanyahu's, Israel's campaign of erasure. As I was walking,
it's a war against Hamas.
And what is there in Hamas in these 8 sites you've just shown? Is there Hamas there? It's hungry, starved people called by Israel to these humanitarian sites, and you have seen the shooting. They are now shooting children that are going to seek water. You know how many water tanks have been bombed in the last few days and weeks? This is an act of erasure, an act of extermination, and it is absolutely ironic that we haven't learned any lesson.
Obviously, they've got to give the Israeli point of view, is that they say they're facing some chaotic scenes and they're trying to make them less chaotic. But you're based here
by using machine guns on women and children seeking food. This is how you do it? No, it is on purpose. It is by design. It is absolutely deliberate, and it's not just in these aid centers, so-called aid centers. These are death traps. It's all over Gaza. This has got nothing to do with Hamas or the fight with Hamas. This is about the Palestinian people. And what have we learned? I have just taken part in the memorial service of the 30 years since the Srebrenica genocide. I lit a candle there, and it was so ironic for a Palestinian ambassador representing a people going through genocide that we haven't learned anything. So, Max, this is a moment for the rest of the world. This is a moment for the US. And really, this is a moment. Do we really want to learn the lessons of the horrors of the Second World War? We have seen that image only a couple of days ago. I could not sleep since then, whereby some children were trying to get water, and then Israel bombed the area. 12 children were killed. And then Israel said, oops. That was error. I just want to tell you there was no error there. That was deliberate. That was.
And I know there will be Israelis saying, but let's remember what happened in October and the attacks on Israelis.
To justify the murder.
And they would argue that was what the current war against Hamas started.
To justify their war minister wanting to build a concentration camp in the ruins of Rafah, my city of birth. That justifies it.
I'm just saying what they're saying. Husam Zomlot.
What they're saying is nonsense and criminal.